Hi babes, welcome back to the Winnie edit. If you watched my recent skin prep routine, then this video is a perfect next step. We're diving into 10 makeup habits that quietly add years to your age and how to fix them. These tips are 40 plus approved, but honestly, they work at any age if you're looking to always look fresh, radiant, even when glammed up. Let's get right into it. First makeup mistake, some of you guessed it right, skipping proper skin prep. In fact, one of the fastest ways to looking older is failing to properly cleanse, treat, hydrate, and protect your skin. If you don't do this, your makeup will cling to dry patches, uneven texture, fine lines, wrinkles, putting every flaw on display. A solid routine will keep your skin fresh, radiant, plump, and your makeup will just go on like a dream. For those of you who are new to my channel or haven't seen my recent video on my skin prep routine, I'll leave the link in my description and you can go watch my step-by-step guide for a glowing, youthful base. Number 2, neglecting your brows. I have a wrong side and a good side here. A softly shaped, well-filled eyebrows perfectly frames your eyes and will give the face an instant youthful boost. Thin eyebrows instantly make the face look dated, and they can also emphasize fine lines and wrinkles around the eyes if that's already a concern for you. You should always aim for a balanced width that flatters your bone structure. Also, an overgrown or untamed eyebrow will make your face look stressed or tired. Just a little grooming, emphasizing the arc, will instantly soften your face and make you look younger. Number 3, and very important, wrong foundation shade. Wrong, right. Okay. If you're still unsure about your perfect match with all the warm undertone, cool undertone, neutral undertone lingo out there, don't stress. Just pop into the nearest Sephora or Shoppers Drug Mart and ask one of the beauty reps to match you. They are trained to do so. It's always best to try 2 to 3 shades and match them on your jawline or along your jawline and see which blends more into the skin. The one that blends more into the skin is your perfect match. If there's like a real disparity, then it's not. For us black or dark skinned girls, I know it's quite a dilemma to find the perfect match for us, okay? And I really do hope you find a beauty rep who is able to do so for you. Number 4, skipping contour and brightening concealer, a step that most of us don't like to do. But the hard truth is that when you skip this step, the face can look one-dimensional. Think of it as 3D, which your face actually is because it is not flat. And then you've applied a foundation shade in one color all over your face. Your face automatically is going to look one-dimensional, flat. And that's why you need your contour and brightening concealer to bring back that dimension and structure. We'll start with applying the contour. If you don't know where to start, you could just do this trick. And it will guide you on where to begin, an upward direction, okay? So that my face is kind of lifted instead of doing it this way where my face will droop. So this is enough contour to add definition back to my face, okay? And then we're going to go with the concealer just to bring some brightness to this area. Why do I always do this? So here I have added the contour and concealer. And you can add to your smile lines if you need to, only on a need-to basis, not compulsorily. Brightening concealer, top of your forehead, just a little bit here. Where the light hits, the rule of thumb is where the light hits is usually brighter, and then where the light doesn't hit, shade, that's where your contour comes in, okay? So all here, naturally, light hits it. You can even see the middle of my nose. That is natural highlight because of course, light will just naturally bounce off here, okay? And here, light will hit here as well, and here, right? Okay. Before I blend this, I'm going to talk about the 5th mistake, which is blush placement. Putting your blush too low will cause a drooping effect and invariably add more years to your look. Whereas if you place the blush in between your contour and your concealer, it will give your face that needed lift as well as the bloom effect that you need. So let's place our blush wrong and right way. If you notice, I also put the blush in an upward direction because this will help lift your face instead of horizontal or just straight, which will give your face a flat look. Okay, so this is correct. Watch where it is. And this is wrong. Okay. Sisi Clara. No, we don't do this anymore. This. Okay, let's blend. Note that I'll be blending upward, not downward, to keep the colors I have placed in their position. Right into your hairline, okay? And it's okay to use the brush I've used for my contour for the blush, okay? Because that will also help to avoid the stark demarcation lines. If you see, you cannot tell where it starts and ends, okay? And then I will use a different I think I'll use, instead of a what should I use for this? Okay, I'll use this brush for my concealer. Okay, the go-to rule is to look upward. If I was doing makeup for a client, I will have them look upward, but because I'm doing it for myself, I can just manage my expectations because I need to look at what I'm doing, right? So you start to blend very carefully, okay? And I'm blending from inward outward, okay? Blend from inward outward. Why? Because I'm going to drag all that product to the edge of my face so it doesn't show where it begins and ends. See? Let me bring it closer like this, okay? Careful so your blush doesn't run into the upper part of your eye while you are blending. Does this step look hard? I hope not. I hope not, okay? That's good. And then you could check to see if you have any blush. It's just a little there. So you can use the other side to blend the other part of your face. All right? When you're blending, you do not want to use the tip of your brush to avoid strokes, right? So we always use the flatter part to avoid those strokes that may come up, okay? And voila, this is done. Now let's blend this Auntie Clara side. More lifted, droop. No. Now this is not necessarily a mistake, okay, because some people don't like their noses to be defined, okay? So this is just like an honorable mention. If you're trying to avoid harsh lines from contouring your nose, what you need to do is put the product on the back of your hands, okay, like this. Okay, that's more than enough. Very generous. Use a brush, a small brush like this, precision brush, okay, and then take the product, take some of that product, take some diffuse, okay, take some diffuse, and then go to the beginning of your brows like this, under your brows, as close as possible to your nose. Create that. Oh my god, do you see the difference between this and this? Now you have enough product, no need to add any more, no need. That same brush, use it to blend the product into, blend it downward, okay, blend that downward. But can you see what definition this has? Before I move to the next makeup mistake, I'm just going to add a little more brightening concealer to the inner corner of my eyes. This is just for preference, okay, just to make my eyes light up or brighter, right? So I'm just going to put, where's that mirror? Just a little, and this is my personal concealer, so I can afford to just do this, not for my clients. Just a little bit, just, that's enough. And I will blend that in to the rest of the concealer, okay, and that immediately leaves, makes that place look better. Now I'm going to use that same brush to blend it in. It's lighter side, okay. That's all the brightening I need. I don't need the brightening to extend all the way here and all here. The corner of the eyes, it suffices. Number 6 makeup mistake, another banger mistake: too much powder. In fact, too much powder / baking equals caking. Too much powder, caking. All you need is small amount of powder to set your cream products in place. For this, I'm going to use a powder puff. I have my powder puff here, and then my powder is broken, fell and broke, but we'll manage it like that until it finishes and we'll buy a new one. So once you get your powder, imagine putting all this on my face. Ridiculous. Don't do that, my loves. Okay, your palm. Put the excess there. Let's put the excess there. Okay, and then I'm going to start from corner, from my eyes where I have my concealer, before I go to the other parts. Okay, be careful. Fold your powder brush if you need to, just so that you can get your crevices well. Okay, and when I place this, I'm not going to press it, just slightly. Okay, slightly start to set, slightly set, just slightly put that cream product in place, slight. Okay, I'm still using that same powder I put on my face. Okay, because everything is layers. Everything you're putting on your face, you're introducing a new layer, so you want every layer to be as thin as possible. My darlings, please do not put too much powder on your face. Gone is that era. Gone. Okay, and then what's left, you can just put it slightly over the blush, okay, just so everything is a bit toned down. Now I'm going to take my powder again and put on the other side. Okay, lots of it. because we say we want to hide everything. We want to hide all the blemish. So imagine no dabbing. We'll start from here. And what's left, I'm going to just slightly put over my blush. Okay. Now, the deceitful part is that it probably looks smooth now. Okay, go outside or sweat small, or let those oil just peep through. Then you will start to see crack, like pottery, like broken glass. Okay, so what you need is thin layer, not too much powder, because over time this will crack and show all those things you do not want to be seen. Number 7, failing to set under the eye with a setting powder. The setting powder, they are finely milled powders, softer in texture, finely grained, more finely, English is logo, more finely grained powders that are specific to under the eye. Okay, they're lighter in weight compared to the other powder I used for the whole face. What you want to do is use a damp sponge, and if you don't have water, just spray it. Okay, that's enough. Okay, so spray that, and to take off any excess liquid, tap it on your clean palm. This palm I use it for stuff, so just tap that, take off all that, see, excess liquid, take it out. We don't need that. Okay, and then I'm using my very old Laura Mercier setting powder. Okay, we're going to put the sponge in here. Okay, but look at so much product. Don't you dare use it like this. Like I said before, take off all the excess. Okay, we're going to take it all off, and then where's my mirror, because this thing is too far, can't see. Okay, there it is. So now we're going to set under the eye makeup. Okay, why do we need to set under the eye? This is your correct proof to avoid caking and creasing of the concealer. Okay, see the look it gives it immediately. And then your powder, just slightly go over the line where your blush starts, just a little bit. Okay, I don't know why this powder, yeah, so just use that to slightly dust it off, but you see how everything goes into the skin. Okay, do not use a dry sponge, let it be moist, not dripping in water. You see how everything just goes in. Okay, and don't be tempted to do it twice. Remember, too much powder is creasing in the long run. This is perfect, all you need. Number 8 makeup mistake. Are we not going to talk about eyeshadow? Let's talk about it. More often than not, the biggest mistakes lies in the fact that eyeshadows are not blended well. Okay, so yeah, you can see the distinct lines between one color and the other. On a perfect day, on a good day, the most you need is 2 colors. 2 colors, in fact, recommended 2 colors. A darker shade for the outer corner and a slightly lighter shade. Okay, and then a lot of blending in where they meet, so that it's a seamless flow. Okay, so let's do this. For eyeshadow, use a brush that's a little bit dense to put the product in your eyes, okay? And then use one that is a little bit more fluffy to this product here to blend, okay? So I'm going to start with the outer corner, okay? And then I'm using my one size palette, just 2 colors. I'm going to use just 2 colors. This what do you call this, brownie, for my outer corner, okay? So I'm going to take some. Now I'm going to start just before the middle of my eye, okay? Just before the place the product in here. See? Okay, place that in there and take it towards my crease. Okay, and see, I'm coming, blend it outward, just a little bit outward, like this. Okay, now this darker shade helps to accentuate the eyes. Perfect. Now we're going to use, see, now we're going to use a lighter shade for the inner corner of the eyes, and I don't need another brush. I'll just use the other side of my of the brush. What I can do is take off the excess dark shade for the inner corner of my eyes. Okay, so this is like a day look, nothing. So I'm going to just put my brush in here, okay? And then we'll start here. See, this is a pretty much a natural look, and then take it all the way towards the darker shade and let it meet there. Okay, once it meets there, you could use that brush, same brush, to diffuse the points, right? So you have your inner shade, lighter shade in here, and your darker shade. And then, my loves, take a clean brush, okay? A clean, fluffy brush, soft brush. Go to your crease. What you could do to make it even easier for you, take that same lighter shade, okay? Just a little of that lighter shade, and go to the crease of your eyes and blend. Blend, 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 blend. Blend all those products you have at the tip into your crease like that, okay? Well blended, okay? Now let's use same colors but not well blended for this side. My loves, don't do this. See the stark line between these two shades, not well blended. This is not necessarily a mistake, but a natural progression to the steps of the makeup, okay? So after setting my my face, setting the cream products, we just want to bring back warmth back to the face, okay? And that's where your bronzer comes in, not contour. Contours are usually cool in color, cooler in tones, while bronzers are usually warmer to bring warmth back to your face. So that place where I did the contour, I'm just going to put some bronzing powder on it, okay? A little, not so much, okay? Because remember, everything, like we say, is layers. So anytime you put you take a product, especially if it's powder, dab some off on your palm. So putting the bronzer back, the warmth back to my face, and sort of also adding dimension to my face. Could you see? Not flat. This is the power of sculpting, okay? And I'm going to take it round the corner till it meets my hairline, okay? Do that. And then it also helps to sculpt, you know, or put that bronzing powder. And I'm also going to bring just a little bit, just a tiny dab of that, okay? The tip is to use a soft, fluffy brush, okay? Use a soft, fluffy brush. And I'm going to bring some part of that, some of that definition to my nose line. Okay, remember to tap. Okay, and I'm going to start from the corner of my eye so it meets my eyebrow, and then just a nice swoop down, a nice swoop down. Look, you see, proper definition, and you cannot see where the points meet. If you're worried that that will be the case, take the sponge you used to set your under eye. Okay, you will have a little product there, or if you don't have, just pick a little bit more setting powder, just a little bit. Make sure you take off the excess. You don't want to see, nothing, don't leave anything there. Okay, and where that place is likely to meet, put it all over. Okay, and you will not see any line. It will look so natural and seamless. For those of us who don't like to contour our noses, it's usually because you will see those lines where they meet, but you want to avoid that. Less product, less defining product. Let the contour be darker than the concealer part. It will automatically give you some form of definition. Okay, so we've brought back warmth in the contour part. I'm going to put a little more powder blush, although this is enough, right, for a daytime look, especially for us who naturally don't blush. Okay, or even if we have flushed skin, hardly ever detected. And I just went ahead to put some lip gloss. Okay, there's particularly not like a faux pas method of applying lip gloss or lipstick for this tutorial or this training session, whatever you want to call it. Okay, so that's why I omitted that part. And then I'm just going to put some liner on my lids, some eyeliner on my lids, just to wake my eyes. Okay, the ninth mistake, not using the setting spray. Oh my goodness, you'll be amazed at how many of us don't bother to use setting spray because it's just too much product, extra layer of work to do when doing our makeup. But I tell you, this is the finishing touch to your makeup glam, whether natural or full glam. As long as you've added powders, creams onto your face, you need setting spray to melt all that in so it looks seamless. Also ensures that your makeup doesn't break down during the day, depending on the kind of product you get. Okay, so setting spray is really important if you want a perfect blending of all the products you've used, a perfect tying, a seamless finish. Okay, a more natural finish. A setting spray is what you need. So I'm going to set this side, and of course this is our bad side. Be generous with it. Okay, see everything not done. Okay, and let that just make your look more natural. Okay, and then if you feel like the setting spray feels wet on your face, okay, take your beauty sponge. Okay, make sure there's no product on it, and just slightly press all that in. C'est fini. All done. Babes, follow these steps, and I assure you, your makeup game, if you're 0 to go to 5, and then we'll practice 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, these are just basic simple mistakes that you can avoid, okay, to give you a fresher, radiant, youthful, glowy, plumpier look. This side not sprayed, this side sprayed. Number 10, I just wanted to make sure this was part of my 10 makeup mistakes. Not washing your brushes. Okay, so these ones I've been using this week. These are the brushes I've been using this week. And then I have another set of cleaner brushes that I will take from an exchange. I wash my brushes typically every 2 weeks. Okay, and that's even because I do not do makeup. I do not apply makeup every day. I understand that not everybody, because I'm a makeup artist, of course I have brushes everywhere, so I can afford to swap my personal brushes, have more. But if you are just you, okay, a set of brush, you have just one set of brush, endeavor to wash it at least once in 2 weeks. Why? It will prevent you from adding the caked residue on your brushes onto your face, okay? Apart from the obvious bacteria. Simple hygiene. So let's try as much as possible to wash our brushes. You ask, what do I need to wash my brush? You're the only one using it on your face. Your dish detergent, as long as you're not using it for other clients where you need other sanitary soaps and all, as long as it's just for you, your dish detergent is good enough. Great value. The great value dishwashing liquid will take out all the excess oil on your brushes. We leave it squeaky clean for you. Warm water. Use warm water, rinse, shake, and dry naturally. Okay, you will see every time you apply your makeup, it will look fresh. And then you also have a satisfaction that you've used clean materials on your face. So this is the end of this lesson. I hope you've learned a thing or two. Tell me which of the mistakes you are guilty of. Don't be shy. Leave those in the comments, okay? And guess what? I am posting another beauty video immediately after this as a bonus for all my pretty ladies. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you. Thank you so much for clicking on my videos, for watching, for liking, for subscribing, for all your questions. I love you guys. Thank you so much, and see you in the next one.